So we're going to talk a little bit about our defensive shape. So the system of play that we're going to be primarily using is the 4-3-3. 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 2 wingers and a striker. So 3 attackers. Basically, we look something like this. So back line, the 2 is the right outside defender. The 4 is the right central defender. The 5 is the left central defender. The 3 is the outside left defender. So when we're on the attack, it looks something like this. So like a giant cup, okay? And the reason why we want it to be a giant cup and the goalkeeper or even like a V, because the goalkeeper will fill this central area. And the reason why we want to have it to be like that is that we're typically, when we start in our defensive third and we win the ball, we want to see our 2 and a 3 getting out wide so that our 4 or our 5 or our 1, whoever wins the ball, can basically ping the ball out wide, whether they pass it or hand roll it from the goalkeeper, that we get out wide, and then we start transitioning up and we start expanding. So we have this nice cup, and then we're pushing up right here. So that way, if the ball comes in, 4 has pressure, she can either go out to the 2. If the 2's covered, we can drop the ball back to the 1. And depending on what the opposing team is doing, if they're coming in and putting pressure in this area right here, that basically we then ping the ball out to the 5, make a strong pass. 5 works up the ball to the 3, all right, and we start expanding, going up the field. Like I said, nice cup, all right. The 6 is probably one of the most valuable players on the field, because not only do we create like a little diamond and we have little triangles in these areas right here, but it gives us an option, all right. So when we're down in this area and we're kind of compact because the opposing team's coming onto us, we're not going to be likely to ping the ball to the 6 at this stage of the game, because it's kind of dangerous, and our girls, though improving and working a lot of first touches, it's a little scary at this point because they're not comfortable with the ball at their feet yet. So we'd be more inclined to try to get the ball out wide, away from the main danger area, which is in here, get it away, and work the ball up the field. So as we work up the field and we have kind of this cup shape that I keep on referring to, we can then ping the ball to the 6, who then can switch the point of attack over to the 2. And that way we're basically moving the ball from left to right. And we're more inclined to do this type of maneuver not in our defensive third, because this is the danger area. We are going to basically be looking to getting a little bit more creative when we get into the middle third, the defensive middle third, and certainly more when we're in the attacking middle third. And these guys are coming up, and we have this nice cup. All right, now 4 and 5, depending on the opponent, there's one of 2 ways. Typically, these 4 are typically going to be more man marking, whereas the 6 is more of a zone marking. What does that mean? So if the opponent is playing a 4-4-2, which means they have 4 defenders, 4 mids, 2 strikers, then they are going to be a little bit more inclined to basically look something like this. And missing some of my pieces. That's their 6. Okay, so their 9's here, their 10's here, their 7, 11 are out here, 4's there, 8's there, 3, 2, and so we'd look something like that. So you got 4, 4, and then 2. Okay, so our 5 and our 4 will mark up on their 2 forwards, 9 and 10. Our 6 would be basically our 7 and 11 would be marking up on, sorry, our 2 and 3 would be marking up on their 7 and 11. So we are very much manned in that area. And the 6 is looking to cover off the zone, especially really anywhere through the central channel, but especially once we get into the defensive third of the middle third and our defensive third. So where we would be manning up here, what the 6, because their folks are going to be pushing up similarly to us. And so what we're looking for the 6 to do is to be a disruptor. So if they're trying to, if their 11 is trying to get the ball on a cross because maybe this person is making a run or this person is making a run, our 6 is going to be looking to disrupt and win that ball. Okay, so she's looking, the 6 is looking to basically take away passes that are either gate passes going straight across or slight angled passes. And she is going to be moving in, basically the central channel, the left or right portion of the central channel, but she's going to be on the portion where the ball's at. So if the ball's down in this area, instead of being way over here, she's going to get kind of compact, trying to take away that pass, maybe pushing up a little bit right here. And we have the concept of pressure cover balance. So we just make this simple, and we will have just one of their players and just our folks. So they're dribbling down, bump, 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 bump. Here's our pressure. 5 comes over to provide cover. 4 creates balance, and 2 creates hook. So it's almost like a Nike swoosh, as some people might call it. So kind of like a whoosh, swish, okay? So why is this important? We're putting on pressure. Hopefully 1v1, we win the battle, we stop them. But if she's able to get around, then we've got a little bit of support right here. So we've got kind of a 2v1, 2 defenders, 1 attacker. And that's what we want to try to create. If she's trying to basically swing the ball over gate-wise, we've got the 6 that's flowing into this area, taking away that passing lane. And we've got pressure, cover. Then here is balance. So if she's trying to go, farther across, we have this person that can step into the ball. Now, why is the 2 important as a hook? Because in our shape, if we have that hook, and let's say she tries to swing across, 4 steps in, now 4 can immediately switch the ball over, and now we're on the attack, and we've basically taken the ball where they're going to be, and reintroduce these players, they're going to be trying to load up, and just typically when you look at these youth games, a lot of the load up is on one side of the field with maybe 1 or 2 players on this side, if that. So what we want to try to do is that we're going to get our defensive players here. If we win it, as soon as we win it, the 2 starts coming out, and then we're out, and now we have like a 1v1 because all their other players are on this side, and then we're here. Maybe if they're not this player, maybe this player's out here too, and then we got all this channel to work with to basically work on our counterattack. It's a little oversimplistic, but that's kind of the idea. So ball's here, pressure, cover, balance. We're taking away, this is zone, so zone is that we're basically in this area right here. We're taking away, we're moving, depending on where the ball is. If the ball is over on this side, 6 is sliding over. The group as a unit is sliding over, except for the goalkeeper. And we're trying to get somewhat compact, behind the ball. If they slide the ball over here, everybody's sliding over, sliding over, sliding over, with the exception of 2, who will be somewhat compact. But as soon as we win the ball, say 6 wins the ball, 2 is coming out, bam, we're off to the races. All right. Very overly simplistic, very rushed explanation, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what the kind of strategy is of what we're trying to accomplish. That we want to basically, when we win the ball, or when we're defending, we're compact. When we win the ball, we start expanding as we work up the field, expanding, and choose out here, and then using that opportunity, that space, to create the counterattack. So if ball's over here, we're shifting over. The three's shifting over. With the three now, we got our pressure, we got our cover, we got our balance, and then we got this little swoosh. So the three now becomes the outlet person, because these folks more than likely will be sliding over this way, leaving us this opportunity to come up with this channel. Anyhow, so shape's really important. As we get stronger and our first touch develops, we will then start working on playing the ball back. So we look again, like we have our whole cup idea, and again, if two's under pressure, she would play it to the four. The five might cut really wide, come over here, ping it up here. If they're under pressure here, playing it back to the one, getting wide, playing it out, dropping wide, playing it up, and there we go. Anyhow, so that's it in a nutshell. Thanks, bye.